In the Splatoon series, there are idols. These characters play a major part in the Splatoon games, whether it's in the story mode or if it's through announcing the game modes, game stages, and any events such as Splatfest or Challenge mode. Okay, so now I wish to talk about Deep Cut's short redemption arc, so to say. They help you get into space, which really helpful. They did not have to do that. Without that happening, the game would have been impossible. I understand that. That's, I mean, you could argue that is a vital act that they had to do, sort of like Pearl and Marina against Tartar. You needed them. However, right after that, DJ Octavio, the enemy of the first and second game, steals the spotlight. So their redemption arc is shortly taken back, but is shortly taken by DJ Octavio less than a minute later, who just has his own redemption arc. So, like, how is that fair? They get their own time in the spotlight for 10 seconds. I mean, actually, I think it is roughly 10 seconds. If you're slow at button mashing, it might be about a minute, but I don't really see any need for it to be any longer than that. Um, so that's not really exactly fair. They got their redemption arc just cut out of the game almost entirely, which is unfair. Then their redemption arc has been cut short, and still, as mentioned earlier, not exactly needed to help the game. They weren't exactly helpful. Right after Deep Cut launches you into space, their really important act, they have this epic redemption arc. Like, they just help you. They didn't need to help you. They could have just let you die to Mr. Grizz. But then right after, like less than a minute later, DJ Octavio, the enemy of the first and second game, just comes in and has this bigger redemption arc, which has more focus put onto it because he's important throughout the entire rest of the battle. All that the deep cut has to say is just a few lines, and that's not really that much. What they then do is DJ Octavio helps you throughout the entire fight. And Deep Cut's redemption arc wasn't really that needed. I mean, DJ Octavio flew into space all by himself, which, if that was possible, surely he could have just helped you lift you into space as well. Meaning that they didn't really have to help you get into space that much. It was more of a case of keeping you alive in space. But then again, DJ Octavio could have piloted the plane, not plane, the mech himself. So I don't really see why the player was needed there. I mean, I guess you could have, like, they didn't really want you to play as DJ Octavio. So Deep Cut wasn't really that needed. Like, so after they had this really epic 10-second redemption arc, then it just gets cut away to a more important person, like with their redemption arc, and the original redemption arc of Deep Cut just wasn't really that needed. So what's the point of having it? Like, it just got absolutely ruined. DJ Octavio helps you throughout the entire boss fight, like the 5-minute boss fight that you have against Mr. Grizz. But then Deep Cut just helps you get into space. Like, that's not really very fair. Like, Deep Cut barely got any time in the spotlight, even though they literally admit themselves that that's their time to take the spotlight. They say that themselves. That's one of their lines. I'll try to get that up on screen. Okay, this part is a little bit nerdy, so this is gonna take quite a while. So, firstly, I would like to mention Deep Cut got Agent 3 into space. That's cool and all. But there's one part about it that's just unrealistic. Now, is it A, that Agent 3 and also Agent 3, DJ Octavio, and Small Fry should not have lasted as long as they did in space? I mean, sure, Agent 3 had oxygen um, through the thing that Big Man gave him, but DJ Octavio and Small Fry didn't. I mean, I don't know if DJ Octavio had a oxygen thing in the Octobot? I don't think he did. Or is it B, small fry turning into big fry with the marine life energy? Doesn't really make that much sense. Like, how did that work? You don't really just transform with the energy. Is it C, why when when small fry turns into big fry, does it sound like why does it sound like Shiva is reciting a prophecy? Like she's like, oh yeah, when the when I'll try to get the clip on screen. I don't really remember the lines, but it's like she's acting as if she's reciting a prophecy or something that seems like that. Which like why, how, where, why, what? Or is it D? Sound doesn't travel in space. How does the heavenly melody play during the final boss fight? The heavenly melody being the calamari incantation. If you didn't know that, learn your lore. Or is it E? How was the calamari incantation playing as Callie and Marie were both talking? How? Just how? Anyway, I'll give you a few seconds to answer that. Congratulations! What did you answer? I don't know. But do you know what I do know? You're incorrect! Because I'm not going to be talking about any of those. No, instead, what I'm going to be talking about is option F. Why did, how did you get into space in the first place? Now, at first, you might be really confused, but like, because like, oh yeah, you ride on Mega on the eels, like Master Mega swims up the eels, you ride on Master Mega, and then you like super jump into space, and it's like this really cool, awesome scene. But then, no, right? Okay, so firstly, why did I come to this conclusion, and how did I come to this conclusion? So what we know is at the start of the well, at the start of the Splatoon 3 story mode, you fall down into the Alterna. So we know that it's underground. How far below ground, we don't exactly know. What we do know is that a spaceship fits in the Alterna. The average spaceship is 58 meters or 190 feet tall. So you are at least 55 meters. We are going to be generous with almost um every single size that we have, like 55 meters. That's below average. So in order for that to happen, you need to get from the bottom of the Alterna to the top, where that is at least 55 meters or 190 feet, as I said earlier. So that would translate to going at 36 kilometers per hour, or after that, you are going at, so like the fastest a Megalodon can go is 18 well, the average speed of a Megalodon is 18 kilometers per hour. Now remember, Master Mega is a Megalodon with rockets attached to its side. So surely 36 kilometers per hour is too slow. That means this is more than possible. But you see, wait, I just realized this is the perfect thing. You see, from my really important research, I have figured out that blue is not yellow. And with that research, I have come to the conclusion that the Megalodon should have killed the eels. This isn't realistically possible in with the Splatoon lore. Like, look, blue and yellow, different colors, as I am brilliantly proving in this background footage. So that means the eels must have died, or at the very least, Master Mega would have gone roughly 4.5 times slower. Meaning, instead of it being a 36 kilometers per hour, it would actually be 162 kilometers per hour. 9 times faster than a megalodon goes, like than an average megalodon would swim at. Bit faster, but sure, maybe the two rockets did help. Remember, this Megalodon is also carrying extra weight because of the respawn thing. Don't think Shiver had enough time to take that off. So you get to the top of the Altana. You could argue that it is. You could argue that it is possible to get to the top of the Altana. Also a bit more preface to what I was talking about earlier, but um, like you walk a lot slower on this. See, so you could get to the top of the Altana, but even then, after that, you aren't making it to space. Now, space is anywhere from 700 kilometers to wait, hold on, 700 to 1,000 kilometers, or 440 to 6,200 miles. So, at the lowest, you have to travel 700,000 meters, roughly 440 miles. You have to go 700,000, 58 meters. We've covered the 58 meters with a speed that I feel would be far too fast for Master Mega to go. Like, no, Master Mega does not make that much speed in. May I just tell you, it's 6 seconds that you have. That's why it's 58 kilometers per hour. So that's why it goes to 162. Wait, did I say 58? No. So it's 58 meters, 36 kilometers per hour. But then because of it being on different color ink, 162 kilometers per hour. Let's not mention that Master Mega deals, like, spreads ink as it moves, as a clip that I'm sure editing me will put on screen right now. Master Mega, as it travels, brings ink across. And, well, so you see, this is how it would be like. So this bag is the eel, yeah? This gun is effectively Master Maker going up the eels. And that's what happens. Now remember, Master Mega does a lot more damage than your guns do. Like, Master Mega can kill you in, like, I'm pretty sure one shot just by standing in it. In its way. Well, not one shot, 2 shots. Which is a lot faster than an average gun. So, Master Mega getting up there doesn't really make much sense. But let's go with the low ball. Could you actually make the jump into space? Well, 700,000 meters, pretty damn high. And that's the low ball. If you go with the high ball, then it's 10 million meters, which is a little bit higher. You know, just a bit higher. 10 million meters. You know, ever thought of it like that? And you're jumping there. Now, of course, squid jumps go quite high. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, from playing Splatoon. Like, if you squid jump to someone, you go pretty high. I don't think you'd go high enough, though. Like, you would not go high enough. And even if you did, it would take you far, far too long. Like, here's the problem with the... Here's the problem with getting into space. Either you have impossibly high speeds for just a simple super jump, or you have high speed, no, quite a low speed, a realistic speed, but you should be jumping for way too long. And by the time you even get to space, bang, Mr. Grizz already fired off his attack. Half the Earth has really exploded. Yeah, you aren't getting there in time to stop. You either aren't getting there in general because you're going too fast and that's not realistically possible, or you're going too slow and can't stop Mr. Grizz. Yeah, this is the shortened down version of the explanation that I had. So, yeah, Master Mega would... Right, okay, we're being generous just by saying Master Mega wouldn't kill the eels, yeah? We're being generous by saying that. Then Master Mega has to travel way too fast, and even if that was possible, a 162 kilometers per hour speed, even if that was possible, you're jumping insane heights and insane speeds. Now, even if that super jump was possible, do you want to know what you could have just done? Do you want to know what you could have done? You could have super jumped from your base camp onto the spaceship, that you had to go to before it takes off, meaning the entire story mode either wouldn't work because it would be impossible, or it just doesn't work because if it was possible, there's a much easier option. So, long story short, this story mode is impossible. That's will be the end of this video. I had a much longer rant to go with it. I hope you enjoyed. I could spend longer proving how this doesn't make sense. Don't get me started on Big Man giving you this magical device to breathe in space. How did he get his hands on it? How did he get his hands on that? And also, why does it fit you? If it was, you can't really go with the argument of, oh yeah, Big Man just somehow had it. Like, why would he have it? It doesn't fit him. He's a manta ray. How does he have it? Why does he have it? Don't get me started on that. So yeah, long story short, the story mode either is impossible or it's barely possible, and the story mode just shouldn't have happened because you can end it in roughly 5 seconds. Well, not 5 seconds, like 5 minutes. Mr. Grizz wasn't in his big form when he was on Earth, meaning you didn't have to actually, like, if you managed to stop him before he got to space, you'd have been a lot better off because he wasn't powered up with the fuzz. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Oh yeah, PS. Just a note. Check description.